Hello, I'm Kate from the Little Library Kitchen, and today I'm cooking watermelon granita from My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. If it had been morning, I could have cut through the fields and vineyards, and before reaching home, I would have fed well on contributions from various of my friends on the way. Olives, bread, grapes, figs, ending perhaps with a short detour that would take me through Philomena's fields, where I could be sure of ending my snack with a crisp pink slice of watermelon, cold as ice. The book is an autobiographical account of Gerald Durrell's childhood, which was spent in Corfu. He was a very young boy when his family upsticks from England and moved over to Corfu and had a completely bonkers life with animals and friends visiting from out of town and people, a completely different lifestyle to what all of his friends he went to primary school with would have been experiencing in England. And it's a really funny account of his childhood growing up in Corfu, far away from all the rest of his childhood friends, spent with his much older siblings and his mum and all the animals that surround them. I didn't actually read the book until a couple of years ago. I'd been told about it often because it's the sort of book I love to read, and read it and absolutely loved it. I ploughed through it in a weekend, and it is just so witty, and it's such a wonderful. He's obviously writing about nature and writing about this place that's completely unfamiliar to this little English boy, but mostly what he ends up writing about is his family and how ridiculous and brilliant and hilarious they all are. There's loads of great food in it because it's all sorts of local stuff that's grown in Corfu. I'm cooking watermelon granita, which is, I'm not technically cooking, I guess. I am making watermelon granita, which is not technically in the book, but there is a slice of watermelon that Gerald eats that is like biting into ice, which I thought was a wonderful description of what it is to eat a really, really good watermelon. And so it's watermelon granita, which is a watermelon blitzed down with some sugar, some lime, some chili and some salt, and then put in the freezer for hours until it goes solid, and then you sort of, with a fork, just scrape it up until it's ice shavings that you eat in a bowl. I mean, it predominantly tastes like watermelon because it is obviously mostly watermelon. It's a slightly sweeter version, slightly sharper. The chili's really good, it only hits you right at the end, but it means that it gives you a bit more of a sense that you're eating something that's beyond just like blitzed watermelon. It is a perfect dessert at the end of a meal on a really, really hot day. It's really easy to do because you can do it in advance and leave it in the freezer for a couple of days. It works like ice cream in that you can come back to it over and over. You don't have to eat it all at once. And it means that it's something you don't have to do at the last minute, and you certainly don't have to do with the oven on or the stovetop on. It's a lovely way of turning a fruit into a dessert, and it's actually wonderful because you do as little to it as possible.